Hello everyone, thanks for subscribing to my channel. Fertilopedia TV is an online platform where we share educative information on how you can get pregnant quickly through natural means like using tablets or using injections or time intercourse or intrauterine insemination or IVF. It all depends on the case at hand. So I'll start by saying that for those who are going for IVF, you have to consider these four things. You have to master the hearts of these four things. Number one is the most important one, which is mental readiness. We are coming from a place of pressure from family, from spouse, from yourself, and you have sought out IVF as your last resort. Even as a matter of fact, you might even have high expectations for it to work. But if it does not work, what would you do? Is a question you have to ask yourself. So I would advise you that for you to be mentally ready for IVF, first of all, you have to have knowledge of the whole process. Number two, you have to accept that there is a problem somewhere. Number three, as you understand the IVF process step by step, by asking your doctors and mostly your doctors, not Dr. Google. Google can make you get more scared because of people's experience. So you have to understand the IVF process one by one. In IVF, there are many hurdles to cross. IVF simply means collecting the eggs from your ovary and fertilizing the eggs with your husband's sperm to form a baby after 24 hours. But in cases whereby you don't respond to the injections to make you grow multiple eggs, or a particular situation whereby you get eggs and they say the eggs are not mature, or they tell you that they didn't even see any egg in your ovaries, or they saw egg but after 24 hours the baby was not formed, or probably the baby was formed but the baby stopped growing at the point, or at the time they had to transfer the baby, we call it embryo actually. By the time we transfer the embryo back to the womb, the embryo is not alive again. Or sometimes the embryo is alive after five days of watching it, and after 2 weeks, it turns out negative. Why? We don't know till now. Is it that the womb is rejecting the baby, or is it that the baby itself is not healthy enough? Nobody knows. Even till now, even when you do genetic testing, it doesn't guarantee you that it will work. So you have to have knowledge about IVF to help your mental states. And also you have to apply what they call cognitive behavioral therapy. It simply means that you have to accept the fact that a plan B, a plan C must exist. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, it's dangerous. If you're going for IVF, consider the best option to getting pregnant. In a case whereby the eggs are not good and test has proven that and you still want to go for IVF, be ready for the consequence. That is, if you have a poor egg quality, there's an increased chance that it might not work. There's also a chance that it might work, but the baby might have a defect. The same thing goes with the sperm. If the sperm is not okay, the child can come out with a defect. You have to be aware of these things. And for those that the womb is not optimal, the womb is not good enough, you might adopt a surrogate as an option. So, to be mentally ready for IVF, as I said, understand the IVF process. Number two, accept that there's a problem and there is a solution. Consider your solutions. There are several solutions, there are several options. I will advise you to consider the best option. And lastly, have a plan B, plan C, plan D is important. Don't just jump into IVF because your friend did it once. May not mean that your one might be once. But I pray that yours will be once. But at the same time, these are the ways to plan psychologically. Number two is medical fitness. Because we are carried away by the fact that you've not gotten pregnant for years, we forget our medical status. Some people might have hypertension due to overthinking, insomnia, because they've not gotten pregnant. Your BP is shooting. I have seen clients who have died during pregnancy because they they had high BP. I've even seen clients that died even before they started the IVF. So it's important that your medical status is intact. Some of you that might have liver problems, lung issues, or some medical conditions. Please, I know it is very important for you to be that mother that will carry the pregnancy. But carrying the pregnancy does not define you as a mother. A mother is someone who is specially sent by God to nurture a child to become the best he or she can be in the world. It's not compulsory you carry your pregnancy. So you have to really accept some things in IVF. That is the truth. If you have a medical condition and you come to my clinic, I won't do IVF for you because I consider your health more than your fertility status. And number three is ego, financial readiness. IVF anywhere in the world is expensive. Outside Nigeria, because I'm in Nigeria, it could be up to $20,000, $25,000. In UK, it could be up to like £15,000. It could be up to £20,000. In Nigeria, it's quite cheap. At least you could get an IVF done one cycle for £4,000 or £3,000, and the results are quite high in Nigeria. So after saying this, you need to save well for IVF. I won't advise you collect loan or you collect sell your property. No, save up for IVF. An IVF cycle is a cycle whereby the woman bleeds, the wife bleeds, and within 20 days we form the baby and we transfer the baby to the womb. That's an IVF cycle, and that can cost up to £3,000 to £4,000. But IVF is not 100%, so therefore save times two, save times three. Don't, if it fails, that's if it fails. Don't say, oh, I'm done. Plan very well, save very well for IVF. If you know you can't afford IVF, don't do IVF at all, except you want to do trial and error. And some of you might be lucky it works in the first time. And lastly is fertility status. There are three things that make your IVF to work, medically speaking. The first one is quality eggs. Number two, quality sperm. Number three, quality womb. This will be done by doing a test. I will do a test for you before we start the procedure. I'll do a test for you to check the quality of the sperm, the quality of the eggs, and the quality of the womb. If these three things are intact, then go for IVF. But if they're not intact, we improve the quality of the egg, or we improve the quality of the sperm, or we do hysteroscopy to check the womb if it's okay. So once these are done, then you can go for IVF. This means you've done everything humanly possible to get pregnant and leave the rest for the universe, God. So I hope you've learned something about IVF. So before you go for IVF, make sure you watch this video over and over again. I wish you the best. I remain Dr. Global. This is Fertilopedia TV. Stay tuned for my next tips.